Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to go over what I will be doing on my channel for the next month. April, of course, being Autism Acceptance Month. I plan to be very active on my channel this month in order to celebrate. Over the last month or so, I actually collaborated with my fellow autism YouTuber, Les Miserables, to create a series of daily prompts about autism for the entire month of April. Half of the prompts are created by me, and the other half are created by her. How it works is that each day in April has a daily prompt for you to answer from the 1st to the 30th, and some days even have a secondary question you can answer instead. If you wish to participate as well, feel free to do so either here on YouTube or the social media platform of your choice. I'm going to go over each day's prompt now. April 1st, introduce yourself. Talk about who you are as a person, your age, hobbies, special interests, family, etc. Anything you feel comfortable sharing. April 2nd, post your redinstead photos today. Alternatively, you could talk about what Autistic Pride or Autism Acceptance Month means to you. April 3rd, how do you feel about dating? Have you dated in the past, or are you currently in a relationship? Or do you eventually want one? Do you feel that your experience of autism in relationships impacts this? April 4th, are there any topics regarding autism that you feel don't get discussed enough? April 5th, what was school like for you? Or what is it currently like for you if you are still in school? April 6th, are you able to drive? If so, was it difficult to learn? What was difficult about it? If not, do you use any alternatives? April 7th, how are you with sarcasm and or metaphors or figures of speech? Do you interpret things very literally? April 8th, talk about friendship. How important are friends to you? Do you find it hard to make and maintain friendships? Are your friends generally supportive? Is there anything about having friends that confuses you? April 9th, how has the pandemic impacted you? Has it changed routines? Do you like or dislike masks? What do you wish autistics and neurotypicals understood about how the pandemic is impacting autistic people? April 10th, how important is representation to you? Is the representation that is out there generally good or bad? What is your favorite piece of representation? What would you like to see more of in autism representation? What would you like to see less of? April 11th, what are your thoughts, feelings about masking, a term for when autistic people hide their autistic traits? Do you mask? April 12th, is there anything you find hard to do because of being autistic? Is there anything that you find easy? April 13th, how much planning and preparation do you need before doing new things, or even for familiar things? Do you need to be totally prepared ahead of time, or are you more comfortable with being spontaneous? Does it vary for you depending on the thing or the day? April 14th, what do you like about being autistic? April 15th, do you work? If so, what is that like for you? Are you open about being autistic at work? Alternatively, how open are you about being autistic? Do you tell a lot of people, or just a select few? How do people normally react when you tell them? If you don't tell people, then why? April 16th, what did it feel like when you've interacted with other autistic people for the first time? What does the autistic community mean to you? How important is it? April 17th, how do you feel about terms like special needs? April 18th, talk about identity. Is being autistic an important part of your identity? What does being autistic mean to you? Which do you prefer, identity first or person first language, and why? April 19th, do you enjoy music or do you find it overstimulating? If you do like music, what kind of music do you prefer? April 20th, what are some things that autistic people do that you find confusing? April 21st, do you stim? If so, what are your favorite ways of stimming? What does stimming feel like for you? April 22nd. What are some things autistic people can do to better support and accommodate autistic people? April 23rd. How specific is your routine? Does it vary slightly from day to day? Do things have to be at the exact same time or just the order matter? How important is having a routine to you? April 24th. Are there things that seem to come naturally to others that you had to try to learn over time? April 25th. Do you experience executive dysfunction? If so, how often? What is it like for you? What do you wish neurotypicals understood about it? April 26th. Talk about special interests. Do you have special interests? If not, do you wish you did? What do your special interests mean to you? What are your current special interests? What are your past special interests? April 27th. What is your favorite form of media? For example, do you enjoy books? What format do you prefer for books? Physical, ebook, audiobook? Do you love reading as a kid but find it challenging as you got older? How about movies, TVs, or video games? April 28th. If you could give advice for someone who just found out that they are autistic, what advice would you give? April 29th. How do you feel about shoes? Are they good sensory, bad sensory? Are there certain types of shoes that you find more or less comfortable? Do you struggle with replacing shoes when they're worn out? April 30th. What would you like your overall message for Autism Acceptance Month to be? I will be including the prompts in written form in the description of this video as well. This will probably be my last video until April, so I look forward to participating in this challenge. Until then, see you next time. Goodbye.